Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019. And you know what? I'm going to do the markets. But then when I'm done doing the markets, I'm going to talk about a huge problem in the United States that could really manifest itself later, maybe this winter or early next spring. And not many people are talking about this right now because there's so many other geopolitical events going on in the world right now that are that are being talked about more. And this is like on the back burner and nobody's mentioned it. So let's get started. Let's start the charts right here. And let's first take a look at the silver price today. You know what? Silver and gold are catching a bid now. For the first time in a long time. It's been a long, dreary market for gold and silver. But finally, maybe we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. Or getting ready to see some light at the end of the tunnel. The silver price today is $15.39 bid, $15.49 ask. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is $14.30 and $14.31 ask. And what we're looking at is $11 up today. Starting to trend upwards again a little bit this afternoon. So, I mean, we could get up to $14.35, $14.40 today. It's getting exciting, guys. Bitcoin is doing rather well too. It's staying at $11,247. Let me refresh the page because Bitcoin moves so fast. What can I say? 11,273. So it is moving upwards slowly right now. It's up 3.86% on the day. Let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. 332.9 billion. Let me just refresh the page. 333.3 billion. So it's moved up $600 million in the last 5 minutes. But that's not unusual for cryptocurrencies to gain $500 million in 5 minutes. That's, you know, that's almost becoming the norm. Bitcoin dominance is high right now, though. It's peaked at 60%. This means that the altcoins, money is coming out of the altcoins right now and moving into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a premier coin. What can I say? Before this is done, it might move up to like 80% Bitcoin dominance. But in the years to follow, this is in the future, I'm expecting the Bitcoin dominance to come back down again. And I'm expecting it to end somewhere around 20%. Like maybe 5 years from now, looking way out into the future. When Bitcoin gets down to 20% dominance, from where it is right now, 60%, the Bitcoin market cap is going to be many multiples of the entire coin market cap now. Just the Bitcoin market cap. Anyway, let's take a look at the prices of some of our coins today. $11,245 for Bitcoin. $309.07 for Ethereum. XRP is 46 cents. Bitcoin Cash is 467. Litecoin's 132. EOS is $7.06. Binance Coin is $36.68. Bitcoin SV is $235. Tron is 3.8 cents. Cardano is 9.4 cents. Stellar is 12.4 cents. And Monero is $114.91. And Leo Coin's $1.90. Dash is $176. And that's it. There's our top coins for the day. And, of course, you guys are holding crypto. You know, you got a big smile on your face right now. People that are holding gold and silver, they're starting to get just a little bit of a smile around the corner of their mouth right now. Just a little bit. Not the big smile yet. The big smile's coming. The big smile's coming like going into next year, you know. Now, you know what? Fear is what's pushing bonds yields down. It's what's pushing gold up, and it's what's pushing Bitcoin up, is fear. They all know it's coming. They can sense it. They can feel it inside that it's coming. And it is. It's coming. And this is why they're rushing into these safe havens. They consider the U.S. Treasuries a safe haven. And they've been buying them like crazy. And now they're starting to buy gold and silver. And they've been buying crypto. And this is where the money's going, because these are safe haven assets. They're not putting their money into the stock market. They're holding on it right now. They're not really taking it out too much either. The stock market's just gliding along. Let's take a look at the stock market right now. It's down 64 points on the day so far. I think volatility is going to enter into this stock market very soon. I think that tensions in the Middle East are going to increase. More than increase, explode. That whole region is just like a hotbed of trouble, you know. Let's take a look now at oil prices. Oil price is $57.86 today, and we see it trending upwards, albeit not real fast. It's not spiking upwards, but this is the 5-day chart, and over the last 5 days, you can see it started in around 57.30, and now it's 57.86. So it's trending upwards ever so slightly, with dipsy doodles up and down and so on. Let's take a look now at U.S. Treasuries. And what we're seeing today is an intensification of the yield curve inversion. We're seeing the short end of the yield curve either remaining unchanged or moving up ever so slightly, but it's not really moving much. But now we're getting a lot of movement in the long end of the yield curve. We're getting the most movement in the U.S. 10-year. It's down almost 2.5 basis points today. It's under 2. The U.S. 10-year is under 2% right now. And the U.S. 30-year is just fighting to keep its head above water. It's at 2.52%. But, you know, it could come under this yield curve inversion pretty soon itself. Anyway, yields are getting extremely low. Yields. All the way across the board. That's because they're buying into treasuries so big. At a certain point, when the U.S. dollar starts to get in jeopardy, they'll move out of these. This treasury market is a massive market. It's bigger than the stock market. If even a little bit of this money moves out of the treasury market and moves into gold and silver or crypto, you know, I mean, we're looking at massive amounts. In the end, that's where it's going to go. In the end, all the money is going to go into gold, silver, and crypto. Their initial reaction is to run into U.S. Treasuries, and they've run in big. They've caused this yield curve inversion. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar. It just touched 96. It was in the 95s. It's moved up a little bit. It was in the 95s, but now it's 96 even with the board. I expect later today it might move back down into the 95s again. You got to understand, the euro makes up a large part of the basket of currencies that makes up the U.S. dollar index. So the biggest player out there that the dollar's being compared against is the euro. The dollar's fallen right now. Against a currency, the euro, Mario Draghi's going crazy right now with stimulus and stuff, which is going to drag the euro down, but the dollar's evidently getting dragged down quicker because it's mostly weighed against the euro. Then the euro must be losing value because of what Mario Draghi's doing. And look at the dollar. It can't get its head above water when it's being compared against the euro. Honestly, it's just like a mess. The whole thing's like a hot mess. Hot mess. Can we say hot mess? And anyway, so this is what's going on with the dollar. Let's take a look now. And this is the point I want to really get to. This is the meat of the issue. Shocking, before and after photos reveal the awful truth about the widespread U.S. crop failures in 2019. You know? Now, what we're going to do is take a look at some pictures. Now, this is 1 year ago, and this is a picture of what's happening with the crops. There is no crops. If you take a look, they're trying to put the crops in. They got these little corns in here, down around his ankles here, and they're about 3 inches high. If not, maybe not even that. Growing in muck. And they can't get their... I'm going to tell you, I got a little bit of a green thumb for growing plants. I like to grow tomatoes. Here's the thing. If you put too much water, your plant's growth will be stunted. You gotta only water once in a while. You can't water them all the time. You just can't keep them soaked all the time. And that's what's happening with these crops. Look, the crops are soaked in the fields, and they're not getting their heads. They're not. Look, normally, look. See the guy up. And this is not just in one area. It's coming from all over. Here's another picture right here, and it shows there's a turtle there. You know, I mean, the crops just aren't growing. You know, Indiana, look. Normally, June 11th, June 9th, look, nothing. They're not getting, they're stunted. They're not going to have any, there's going to be no crops. Indiana, Nebraska, look, stunted, no crops. Kansas, look, same thing, stunted, no crops. Illinois, look, same thing, stunted, no crops. You know, this is disaster. This is disaster because the United States is a food basket. Now we're having trouble in other places. You know, the swine is getting killed off with some sort of a swine disease. Chicken farmers are having a hard time. Bird flu. Food production around the world. We rely upon a number of staple crops, you know. And right now it's at the point where food prices could absolutely skyrocket because they need these grains. We're an agricultural society. We produce grains for the most part to feed our staple diet. And these grains are all produced by machines. They need the weather to cooperate. And we could be looking at worldwide, dare I say it, famine. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this market report. And we'll catch you guys again very, very soon. Bye-bye.